So thanks for joining me once again. This is part 4 of the Power Hour Master Series. Leads still come from the mailbox. And if you missed part 1, 2, or 3, or the bonus remind, if you signed up, I'm going to e-blast everyone once this downloads, or you can always go to Smart Girl Media Live if you are a Caremark agent workplace. And if you are in the group Real Estate Live, you can watch the replay there. So let's do this. Listings still come from the mailbox. I'm going to give you my tips and tricks today. And I'm going to tell you this Friday, if you're watching the replay, it's not this Friday, but on Friday, December 24th, again, 9 a.m., some of you might be doing last minute shopping. I'm going to do a Q&A with Carrie, coffee Q&A. So I will share the bit.ly link with those of you that are here. For those of you that have joined me live in Zoom, I'll share it here. And then for those of you that are watching on Facebook, this is the link to ask Carrie. And I will go out. I ask you questions like, do you want me to ask? Do you have a question? Do you want me to say your name? All of that. So if you have a question, ask me, and I'm going to answer those questions live on Friday. All right, let's do this. So listings still come from the mailbox. All right. Now, some of you have been watching TV. Some of you have even started watching the new reality TV shows. It pains me to watch reality TV. Like, you have no idea. I've watched 3 episodes of one of those new series on Netflix, and I hear there's 8. It pains me. They are violating license laws so badly. But I was like, how can I use this as a learning experience? Because some things are kind of cool. But anyway, here's the point. Is everything still works, but listings do still come from the mailbox. So we have social media, we've got television, we've got video, we've got YouTube, and we've got the mailbox. And so today I want to talk to you about why you still need the mailbox. So we often believe that social media leads are the key to success. Yes, but social media is a lead generation tool, but it's only as good as the agent that puts in the work. So for those of you that have already joined the agent journey, or you're a Caremark agent because you're in the journey no matter what, I'm going to help you redefine or rebuild your social media, but it still takes time and it still takes patience. So I want all of you to know, and I'm going to show you data today to prove to you why you still need the mailbox. Everything still works. So business does come from our networks, our listings still come from the mailbox, and some of our buyers still come from the mailbox. So today we're going to talk about direct mail marketing and how to convert a client into a seller and buyers. So either one works. So what can you expect today? So we're going to talk about understanding social media branding and its importance. So people do still want to see you and they want to know you are the expert. Let me say it again. People still want to see you and they want to know you are the expert. We'll talk about how to integrate social media. And then social media added to your marketing helps still convert the client. Now, if you missed the Clubhouse today, I'll add the Clubhouse to the direct to the email today, because there was some really cool tips on how to use direct mail and how to use video. And Kim got 3 leads from a direct mail piece integrating video. So you can still do this. Number 3. You still need the mailbox and why you need it. So when you use direct mail, predictive analytics, and social media, you can build a sustainable real estate business. Now, I don't think social media is ever going away. Do I think we're going to use it a little bit differently? Do I think that those of us that were on it as early as 2008, 9, 10, and 11 have some leverage? Yes. I have some agents that I work with and they're like, Carrie, I don't even really want to use it, but I know I have to. So some of you were in the game early. Some of you were in it a little bit. You were there, but you weren't using it. So I'm going to help you combine the two. All right. So number 1, social media branding. Social media branding is about using the right tools and content to engage your audience or anyone that decides to follow you. So now your brand is how you make your audience feel. Now, and I brought up the reality TV shows because it made me go, do I want Caremark agents to look cute all the time? And I said, I can make you do that, because you really can't. But here's the truth is there is still a persona of real estate. So how do you make people feel when they come to your social media? Do they want to connect with you? Do they want to engage with your content? Are they hiring you to help them with real estate? And when I do send a replay, and I probably should post a replay of Clubhouse on Real Estate Live and a few others, I'll add it to my podcast. Here's what is true, is people really do want to learn from you. So everything that you learn here, everything you learn in our classes, everything that you learn from your MLS, your brokerages, you could go post that and put that in video content, in the written word, in a link to a blog post, and show that you're the expert. And here's why. Because people will hire you just because you teach them something. And if you're not following Hope Mims, now Hope Mims is on Instagram, and we met from the written word, because I was interviewed by the National Association of Realtors. And by the way, side note, if you truly want to get into media, if you truly want to be interviewed, you need to show you're the expert on social media. If you think that these reality shows just appeared, go Google that. It's about $100,000 to pitch. So somebody needs money to pitch these shows. And it doesn't mean you can't get a show and someone pay you to be there, because some people do still get paid. But the truth is you could build your own reality around YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and whatever else, Twitch, you name it, Clubhouse. Everything still works. So Hope reached out to me because of an interview I had with NAR. NAR likes to interview people, your local associations, your state associations, the Chicago Agent Magazine. They like to interview people that show that they're the expert. And if you don't believe me, show me you're the expert, because if someone calls me about Ebony or something, let me say that differently. If someone says, hey, Kara, I want to do wholesales, I'm like, give me a minute. Let me put you in contact with someone, because that's not my expertise. Can I talk about it? Can I be an expert about it? Can I network? Can I network with people to do wholesales? Yes. Can I network with people on Clubhouse? Yes, but I've never done one. So I'm going to connect you with that person. And if someone wants to interview me, the first thing I'm doing is I'm like, okay, I'm not going to mess this up. Let me find out who it is. And that's the one great thing about me, is if you call to interview me and I'm not the expert, I will find the expert. So how many of you are doing this? And Hope Mims, and I just put her name in the chat, for those of you that are watching on Zoom, or even if you're watching on Facebook, I can type her name there too. And by the way, and this is Hope, she's going to see that I'm tagging her. So this is Hope Mims. I think it'll come up. So this is Hope. And I put her on Facebook, and I typed her in Zoom, and on Clubhouse, I'm Carrie Jo Little. And we're going to talk about that when we talk about branding. So, and by the way, I even told Ebony she should apply to speak about wholesales at the NAR conference. So here's some important things about social media branding. And I saw some of your comments even about not just Clubhouse, but the video options and collaborating. So Dee, don't let me forget. So create content you're passionate about and content your audience wants to view. Also engage with your post in your network post and bring value to others. And here's the big thing is patience. Like when we see, and I'm just going to tell you, because I'm trying to watch, like when I tell you, even Shark Tank is painful for me when people aren't prepared. I'm like, oh, I feel bad for these people. Like the Property Brothers are easy because they're the Property Brothers and they really do this for real. And I know all these other agents are doing the reality shows and they're true real estate agents, but yeah, I lost my patience. Oh, here it is. Like when I watch some of these agents, and there's some agents that because I was consistent with being in their DM, when they see me in person, they're like, hey, Carrie. Even I List Luxury, Keisha, love her to death. We have had phone calls because of social media. And I've watched them grow and I've watched them produce, and it didn't happen overnight. So when we're watching these reality shows and we're like, look, and Sarah Ware said it, she said it so well. She was like, look, just give me a piece of paper, give me a corner and a desk and bring me my money. Like the truth is nothing happens overnight. It really does happen over time with consistency, hard work, and patience. So by the way, if you want to be on a reality TV show, I believe you can, but it doesn't happen overnight. But one of those ladies, it took her about 4 years as a real estate agent. So when I say people want to see you on social media, they really do want to see you on social media. So number two, I want you to integrate social media in your direct mail. So you're going to create marketing that redirects people back to your social media. Now you're going to create marketing that always includes a call to action. And I'll teach you some of these things live today. We're really going to get into it in the agent journey. And depending on how I feel next week, we might do a bonus class. And don't worry, if you're going out of town, if you're like, here, I can't make it, anyone that registered for this Zoom, you'll get an e-blast and you'll get the replays. So don't worry. So create marketing that always includes a call to action. And I'm serious, always includes a call to action. So here's recommendation number one. Send your potential lead to a Google form. Now, these are recommendations because I typically send you to a different landing page, but if you don't have the pocketbook, and I'm telling you, if I sat here and told you my whole story of when I started in 2001, I literally brought my daughter, who is now 21, to the Baird and Warner office every time I went to the office. Like, she was the even keel kid. She sucked her two little fingers. She sat there in her car seat. And I killed a tree at the Baird and Warner office, and I stuffed doorknob bags because I didn't have the money to mail. So now we have these Google Forms that you can use. So I'm recommending, if you don't have the money to pay for a landing page, use a Google form, depending on which market you're in, because in Illinois, we get a landing page from our MLS. Recommendation number two, or send your network to another landing page. Look, you can make Google Forms look awesome. And I even have on Smart Girl University a free class. I was going to use that tool called Thinkific, and I was like, oh, it got clunky. So, but I have a whole free class. Marky has a free class on Real Estate Live. Like Marky has taught us many times, you can generate leads simply by using a Google form, and you can make them look fabulous. And you can give people a free giveaway. So consider another landing page. Now, and that could be Cloud CMA. I use Cloud CMA and Cloud Attract, but I have to, if you're not in, depending on which market you're in, you might not have it. So I'm all for, don't spend any money. Don't spend any extra money other than marketing. And I'm going to say that cautiously, because if you do have the money, go for it. And so whenever I teach new agents, I always ask the question, how many of you, you're just like, I need a paycheck and I just don't have the deep pockets. And you're like, just show me how to do it. And then I say, if you don't learn how to use the tools that your brokerage or your MLS or your association, the state association or the national association provide, it's like owning your own Nordstrom and not knowing where the inventory comes from. So you really need to master what you already have. Now, recommendation number three, the Kim Offord example, create video or audio content that provides value and causes a lead. So for those of you, because I saw the comment on Facebook about Clubhouse, let me tell you, Clubhouse, the game has changed. And I was talking to Ebony and Hope and my twin sister today, and I was like, I need to do a class in the agent journey to show all of you how to create a podcast. And some of you are going to go, really, Carrie? Really? For less than $17 a month? Like, I could teach people, I could probably charge $1,000 and people would show up because they're like, oh, I don't want anyone to ever see me. I just want to be on audio. When I tell you it is so easy to create a podcast, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad. And even after we had our talk this morning after the Clubhouse, I was like, Mina, you are so much better on audio. Like, she gets almost stage fright when she's doing video. And I can tell I'm like, you go into professor mode. And sometimes you're just better at audio. So now Clubhouse, when you create your content, and now, I mean, because you can record every Monday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. California Pacific, we do a 30-minute talk and we're done. People really don't want to listen to you more than that anyway. And sometimes it's just 10 minutes. So you can download that content, or you could email that content, and you could upload it to a podcast. Who knew? No one ever has to hear you. I'm sorry, see you. So here are some concepts. Now so here's some ideas of how you could redirect people when you use direct mail marketing. Cloud CMA is one. New home source. All of you need to go back to your MLS, write this down, like go grab, I don't care if you're using the new agent journey, and we're running a business. So this, in my mind, this is probably around page 140. You are running a business, take it seriously. No, serious. I mean, like, really, seriously. So new home source, I bet most of you have it. Florida has it because I went and looked and I Googled it, and Florida has it. And new home source, everyone gets a landing page. your listing website. Last week, I told you how to create a Canva website. So you could create a Canva website and then send them to a Google form. You could even send them Cloud CMA. Did I mention HomeSnap? You get every agent gets their own website with HomeSnap, and let's see, you can generate leads. So you can redirect people to HomeSnap to sign up. Facebook groups. How many of you live watching now? How many of you watching me on Zoom or Facebook have created a Facebook group? Now, I created a new first-time homebuyer group, and I really didn't use it like I should have. So here's let me just tell you some of my 2022 goals. I have some agents that aren't producing like I know they can, and I get it. When we get stuck, I'm going to get a job. Sarah and I joke about this all day. I'm like, look, if real estate crashes, you tell me I need a W-2, I'm going back to work. I can get a job. So what I've decided, Mark and I were talking, and we're like, maybe we need to build a team, put people under our team, and then have them do the work. And then when they're ready to leave the team and be on their own, they don't feel the pressure of being on a true team. Like, I want to go, but I'm afraid to go. I'm the whole team concept. I'm going to do it a little bit differently, but if they want to stay, they can. And we are really going to start generating leads. Like, I'm doing the mailings. Forget this. I'm trying to get all of you to do it. I'm going to do the mailings. And guess what? If my agent can't do it, I'm going to find someone else in my market. The power of networking. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating video content for the new buyer Facebook group. I'm just going to start interviewing people and it could be the same interview for my agents when I interview a loan officer or an attorney. And Dee, I saw the comment about, you could remember, some of you you panic with video, right? I told you my sister I'm like, Mina, you turn into Professor Mina. And some of you just need someone else to collaborate with. Now, Darenika, who used to be with my office, I was like, I'm just interview somebody. And she was like, Carrie, this stuff works. And so her first Zoom, and some of you have heard Marky talk about it. You just need about 4 or 5 good questions to ask the person you're interviewing and just go record the video. So here's the tip. Do a 5-minute video, ask one question. Ask one question. I am going to ask my sister one question about the education arena and why should I live somewhere? Because for license law, I can't say certain things, but she can. And so I'm going to do it in 5 minutes or less and then post it on YouTube. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it for home buyers. So now you can create a video, interview someone, ask one good question. You can post it on YouTube. You can post it on Facebook. You can upload it right directly on your Instagram account from your computer and make it a video. And then you can, remember I said, I need you to redirect some people somewhere. You need to show value. And then here's the cool thing is now people will follow you. You can create a postcard that says, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. You need to put your rules down. I'm doing a good giveaway. Number one, every month I'm going to send you a new tip. Number two, I want you to follow me. Number three, if you have any questions, I want you to click on this form and I want you to ask me a question, no obligation. And then you're going to say the first 5 people that fill this out, I'm going to send them a $5 Starbucks card. Like, you need to do something to get people to engage. And this stuff really does work. So again, my 2022 goals for me personally, it's YouTube and TikTok. And then for my company, it's Facebook groups and generating leads for the agents. Now, so you can send people to your YouTube channel. That's the whole channel, or you can send them to a playlist. So some of you have seen, and I'll show you today, is every Wednesday I have a premiere and I do 10 minutes or less to teach real estate agents. You could do 10 minutes or less to teach the consumer, or you could do 5 minutes or less to teach the consumer. Teach me something. And remember, I need to show you how to do a PowerPoint. Oh man, where's my co-host? Where's Ebony? I need to show all of you how to do a presentation in Canva, because this is what I said I was going to do this in the agent journey. I'm going to show you how to record in Canva. And then you don't even have to be on Zoom. You can just hit record. Oh my gosh. And then you can post that on YouTube. Social media, a specific post. You can redirect people back to 5 ways to sell your house fast. 5 things that buyers want to know about your house. Number 1, if they see cat hair, they're out. Number 2, if they see dog poop in the backyard, they think you're nasty. I'm just making this up. I know you get it, but you need to redirect people to something specific so they engage. And then I said your podcast. So a few things that are going to happen. I am going to show this to you in the agent journey, but I might show you the videos somewhere else. So now Here's the integration, and we haven't even talked about direct mail yet. So this is a postcard. Now, some of you might be broker owners and you're here. I know that I just had someone reach out to me for their office and they're like, here, how can we get our whole office in the agent journey? And I was like, ooh, I never thought about that. So we're going to have a conversation tomorrow. But this will look different for some of you. Like if you're thinking of opening an office, like this is my YouTube playlist. So now, like, guess what I'm doing is I am now, and some of you know that this is what I do. So I send out a flyer. I wish I had it in front of me. I could show it to you, to people that just passed the real estate exam. But I was like, you know what? I really need the 30 agents in my office to produce. So now, of course, I want to recruit people, but if I didn't recruit, how could I get them to follow me and maybe join the agent journey? So, and I know that some of you are out of state. Now, those of you that are managing brokers, better yet, what if you want to start a team? Here you go. You could do something like this. This is a postcard. It's in the other room. I should have brought it in here. And I created this postcard and it says, how many houses do I need to sell to make $100,000 a year? And I did a video on YouTube and it's 10 minutes or less. And I built the video in Canva. You could do the same thing. How to build wealth in real estate, how to buy a wholesale, Ebony, right? How to, I mean, there's so many how-tos, like how to buy a house with little to no money down. I never say no money because the day you say no money, someone's not going to want to put down earnest money. And the day you say no money, it's going to come it'll come in, it'll affect you later. So, or impact you later. So you could say, you know, how to buy a house with little to no money down. And then you can give them the tips. It could be as simple as, closing cost credit, negotiating closing cost credit. It could be, you know, taking a loan out from your 401k. It could be, you know, because this is the marketing piece. I told all of you in January, it's reinvest your tax refund in home ownership. It could be how to buy a home and let everybody else pay your mortgage, right? Multi-units. And we'll talk about that. So this is me recruiting agents or getting you to join me in training. So this is a part of the keys to listing leads. And if you signed up for the agent journey, you also get this. So this is a marketing piece that went out, and it's before you take a holiday break, take care of your home. And then I give you some basic tips. And then I take you to, I probably should have made that bigger, like maybe in the middle, but I take you to send an, want a free market analysis. Like I'm giving you options, like you can just email our office and we'll do a quick CMA market analysis, or you can go to my bit.ly link and you can use Cloud CMA or a Google form. Go with free. Don't spend any extra money. So now let's talk about why you really need the mailbox. So here we go. Now, if you missed, and don't let me forget at the, I'm going to open up my email and I'll put the replay in here from Dr. Yoon, because they gave us the slides. So I'm giving you some of the content from the Forecast Summit from the National Association of Realtors. And I believe even if you're not a member, you might be able to watch the replay. So section 3. Now, some of you might be loan officers that are here. Some of you might be attorneys. Some of you might want to just collaborate with real estate agents. Some of you saw, and you probably have figured out by now, maybe I was, COVID was detected. We just had our whole house sprayed for viruses and any odors, everything. And you saw me post that in my story today. Here's the cool thing is now I have someone that's going to collaborate with me. Guess what? She's already gotten leads because people are like, what? I want to have my house sprayed before the holidays so people can feel comfortable coming over. So collaboration is huge. And so here's why you need the mailbox. So median age of home buyers, all from the National Association of Realtors survey. And you can go download this, doesn't cost you anything. So the median age of home buyers is, and I'm going to do all of this, is going to even be better. I'm going to email this to you when I give you the replays. So you'll get the slides and Dr. Yoon's talk, and there were 2 other talks, and you'll get the gentleman from HUD. So the median age of a repeat buyer is 56. I told you I might be 50, right? Gen X, this is like a baby boomer. First time buyers, median age is 33. So I want you to keep these 2 numbers in your head. Keep these 2 numbers in your head. But first, like if I were to go back, look back in 1980, a repeat buyer was 36. And in 1980, interest rates were probably really high because in the 70s, I know my mother said she probably paid like 17%. So look at this, like look at repeat buyers. People are hanging out a little bit longer. So 56 and 33. Now, multi-generational home buyers. So here's what you need to know. People are buying houses for a few reasons. Number one, kids are coming back home. Don't let Mark hear that. He's like, don't come back here. But here's what we've learned is some people are went back home during COVID because people may have lost jobs. But here's what we know. Your parents don't want to go into a nursing home. They want you to take care of them. I'm trying to figure out which one of my kids is going to take care of me. Pray for me. Pray for me. So people are buying multi-generational homes, and they could be multi-units, not just a 5,000 square foot house, although a hop, skip, and a jump, right down the road, there's a house that it looks like a super bed and breakfast, and it has like 3 different suites in it. And we saw it before it hit the market, when it hit the market, and I was like, this could work. Everybody the same kitchen, but you could have, first of all, you could have both your in-laws in the house. Maybe you don't want that. Mark, we could let Sheree and my mom move in. That's Sheree's his mother. He doesn't call his mother he calls his mother by his first name. Long story. So buyer's use of an agent, 87% today, builders and a builder's agent is 7%. A real estate agent, buyers are using agents, 87%. But remember those numbers, 33 and 56. So don't forget that. And then a previous owner. So they just, they didn't use an agent. Now, sellers want a full service agent. Now I need you to remember those 2 numbers, ages 56 and 33. But sellers still want a full service agent. So here's some things you need to know. So I told you I need you to remember some of these numbers. Use of social media. I meant to put an arrow in here, but I didn't. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I'll show you some of the others. When you look at the age groups here, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, ages 18 to 29. Now remember that 33. So let's talk about under 30. They're on Facebook, Instagram. Seriously. When you jump up to over 50, look at the differences. They're not on Instagram. They're not on Instagram. But even though we see that 73% of people using social media, and by the way, this is from Pew Research. If you are watching me in Zoom, this is Pew Research. You can literally Google it. If you are on Facebook, same thing. Here is Pew Research. I think I posted it. I think maybe not. So there it is. That's Pew Research. So here's what I need you to know is this is true data of who's using what and how they're using it. So if we're looking at these age groups, don't forget that. How will that impact you? And now you're going to start to see why you still need the mailbox. So yeah, oh, there we go. There's my arrow. So this is an area you need to look at, and this area. So under that age of 33, how are they communicating? Now, when we talk about YouTube, we'll talk about YouTube. WhatsApp I really use for people out of the country, but let's talk about YouTube. And let's look at the age groups. 95% of anyone under the age of 30, and then when you get to under 49, 91% are on YouTube. So I hope you're seeing the value of you need video, and you probably really need YouTube. And I said this last week and maybe the week before, and on Clubhouse today, and also on Instagram. I've been telling you there's a shift. It is, what did I say? TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Nowhere in there did I say Clubhouse, but it still works for me. I was in a group of like 500 people last night, and it was really kind of nice. So Clubhouse is still there. It's not going away, but people do want to learn from you. So they need captions on YouTube. They need you to point on TikTok. Same thing of like Reels. So I'm not, first of all, and I have to give my disclaimers. TikTok and YouTube are my 2022 goals. I'm not going to stop Instagram, because as of May of this coming up in 2022, I will have been going live almost every Friday, 99% of the time, every Friday at 9 a.m. It has changed the game. People expect it. So if I could get you to pick one thing, I don't care if it's Facebook, I don't care if it's YouTube, Instagram, Instagram Reels, or video, or Clubhouse. If I could get you to pick one thing for you to redirect people want to learn from you here. They want to learn from you. And some of you need to realize Because I found this out. I told my kids, I'm like, YouTube TV just got rid of ABC. So now we got to switch to Hulu. Do you need Hulu? And then one of the kids was like, oh, don't worry about it, because my oldest brother is giving me Hulu. I'm like, really? So I can get rid of YouTube TV and pay less. They're not telling you everything. They don't watch regular TV. They're learning from YouTube. And if you miss Clubhouse, I had my sister give her tips. The next generation, this is how they learn. They are going to come in at 18 years old and they're going to take over your market. So when we talk about buying, here's what you need to see. I want you to look at this 18 to 34 range. And then I want you to look at the 55 plus, that 56-year-old and the 33-year-old. So have used shopping online. So this is shopping online. So this blue area have used before, but don't regularly use it, but they're shopping online. So this blue area tells me that this next generation is shopping online. But let's look at have not used and not interested. They're stalking you. They're doing research. They're watching you on Facebook. You would be amazed. I said I might be 50, right? I'm 50. When we go to like the events, now Mark is like, Carrie, I don't want to go to another Proviso East anything. I go for the reasons of, I was an identical twin. People remember us. We're in real estate. And people still need to see you in person. And here's what happens every time we go to something from growing up, or even Mark's, his family, they're like, oh my gosh, you guys are hysterical. Here's something even funnier. And hopefully nobody is on here because this is someone that does construction. So someone that is kind of related to, this is why I can't do reality TV. Could you just imagine this? Because here's the reality TV. So someone that's related to my oldest son's dad, my 31-year-old, right? I just told you I was 19. Can you see? This is like reality TV. So who's related came up to us and he was like, you and Mark are hysterical. And he was like, Mark, dude, you were wrong for saying that you're the best thing that ever happened to Carrie. He said, you were wrong. You were wrong for that. And I was like, I just walked away and I was thinking, so he knows the ex and he knows me from growing up. But here's what you don't know is he never, ever, ever comments, ever. That happens to us wherever we go. People are like, oh my gosh, you are hysterical. You guys need a reality TV show. Watch TikTok or Facebook this next week. I can't even tell you what I bought my husband for Christmas. Number one, he's in the other room, but it's going to get comical. Ebony might know. It's going to get comical because he's the reality TV show. So you can create your own. So the reason why I wanted to share this graphic with you is because some of you need to really realize that age, the demographics really do matter. Now, I'm not saying people won't hire you at 56 from YouTube or Facebook, but they are probably going to call you, text you, or send you a message. So you still need social media. So I'm not saying get rid of it, but what I am saying is you do need direct mail. So based on data, those are, that's the Generation X, the baby boomers, and the silent generation. They are more likely to pick you from the mailbox or even a referral. So in today's market, leads still come from the mailbox. So here's what I need you to do. Integrate your social media and calls to action with direct mail. Add audio or record yourself talking over a presentation, then share your video with everyone. I'm gonna teach you that one day in Canva. So here's places to find leads. And I'm gonna go into a few of these, and I will be teaching Realist soon. And I didn't put HomeSnap on here, but I should have. And this is in no specific order. They're just numbered because no way would I say your family is number one. So number one though, your sphere of influence and family, your neighbors, your multiple listing service, Remind Realist, I should have put down RPR, and social media. So the key to all of this is you have to remain consistent. So always remember consistency wins. Now, if you scan this QR code, it will take you to the agent journey. I would love you to join me there. People are still joining. The price goes up January 1st. So right now it's $197 a year, which comes to less than $17 a month. The value is huge. I will come back to this, and I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to go to my other screen because I want to show you. I'm going to log into a few tools, namely because I want some of you to really take me seriously with this. And when I send you the replay, from when I send you the replay from Remind and I send you the replay for this entire series, take a few minutes, take your notes. But if you really do watch Remind and RPR, so RPR was number 2, our Remind was a bonus. It's hidden on YouTube, but it is available on Real Estate Live and Smart Girl Media Live. So I'm logging into a few tools just to kind of expose you to how I work and what I do. So hold that thought. And here, I'm going to copy this link again, because I do need you guys to ask, not if you're live with me, you're going to ask me questions here in a moment. Oh, where's my share my screen? Where is it? There we go. All right, here we go. Screen 1. All right. I don't know why that always moves. So in the chat, I'm putting in the Q&A for those of you that are going to join me on Friday. For those of you that, whether you join me or not on Friday, I still answer the questions and you can watch the replay. And if you want me to say your name, I'll say your name, or I won't say your name. So this is literally what it looks like. So if you ask me a question, and I know a few people have already asked me some questions, ask your question, what's your name, your state, and your email. And the reason why I'm asking you for your state is because I might have a different solution for you. And I want to know if you're an agent for many reasons, because then I might speak to you differently. And then I ask you if you want me to say your name, because right out the gate, there's 2 people, they don't want me to say their name. So I need you to do that. The other thing I want you to look at is, and I'm going to show you I'm going to also show you my YouTube channel and why this is important. And I'm telling you, if Hope were here, I tried to recruit Hope, but if Hope were here, the one thing I said to her, that we talked about was, I said, I need you to go live. I need you to go live on social media. And she was like, oh, do I really want to do this? Hold on, let me go find my videos. So am I an expert at YouTube? Let me say I'm an expert at editing television, kind of, because I used to edit this on an Advid. So, and I pay for some other things. I took a master class. So I've got some other cool things here. But here's what I did is and this is why it's easy for me to do video. It's easy for me to do video because, remember, I used to write radio content it was actually a church. And I used to sit behind the scenes for television. So I used to produce a show that was on Channel 9 and in Central America and in all over the US. And so it became easy for me to create content. So even, and I always encourage you to, support me, but I did a quick video of this everywhere, even on YouTube, on how to create content and how to think, because sometimes you just need to know how to think. And all of you give me content all day long. It gets comical sometimes, the text messages I get. And I had an agent from another company ask for a 1-day code for Central Lock, but she was a member of the same association, but she was new. And it made me go, as a new agent, you need to call your association. So here we go. So you can see that I have these playlists. And and I'm a mom, so I have every kid, even one of the 30-year-olds, I have all his basketball videos. I have all this stuff. So you can even see that we have Good Morning Real Estate. You can see I've done Women's Council. Some things I hide over time. I even have Instagram for real estate. And here is, let me go back to my, what do I want? Let me go here, hold on. My channel. So this is my channel. And I'm not really teaching you this because I'm clicking fast, but here's what I want you to see. These are my playlists. And here's what I learned. And I even told Marky today, I'm like, we need to do a collaborative video on the value of email marketing, because I know people show up via email and text. So you'll see that this is my new playlist called Learn to Earn with Carrie. Now it hasn't, oh, that's good. So this one's going to premiere on Wednesday. So I create the video in Canva and I download it and I upload it here. And so right now, it's coming and you can click set the reminder. the other thing you can see is I already have 2. So now here's what you need to know. I'm going to do this every single week for 52 weeks. So now I have 52 weeks of content. Some of you want to be on that reality TV show, right? One day. Happy to be your guest. You can go do that. Happy to be your guest. But some of you want to be interviewed. Some of you are trying to figure out how some of these people got famous. Some of you are trying to figure out, how do I get into Chicago Agent Magazine? Some of you, and I've had people like, Carrie, guess what? I'm on this magazine. I Google it. They paid to be there. There are some magazines we've paid to be in. But if you want to get interviewed, you have to be the person that creates the value. If you want to get hired, and what if you want to shift from, so anyone in my market, my agents in my market, let's say, and I'm going to give you the strategy right now. Let's say you work in a marketplace where luxury is 300,000 and you're like, Carrie, that's not luxury, but in that neighborhood it is. But then you want to go tap into Hinsdale, right? Because you know you live in Westchester and you want to tap into Hinsdale. Let me tell you about Hinsdale. They all know each other. So when I was watching that show, they were like, the one girl was like, I don't want to tell everybody my business. First of all, I was like, we know all your business. So how are we not telling? Anyway, everyone knows each other and they all grew up there. It's kind of like Glen Ellen, but you are like, I'm going to be this luxury agent. Here I come. I'm not afraid. I don't care if they reject me. So here's the strategy. I want all of you to do this. And I'm going to jump out and you're going to create this video. You're going to start creating 10-minute or less videos. You're going to jump over to, I don't care if it's Remind, Realist, RPR, your tax records, whatever. I don't care if you're going to buy the list. If you have to buy the list, I'm sorry. Join the agent journey and be on the coaching call and I'll pull the list for you. So, because we're going to do at the beginning, because we're testing this, I'm going to do 2 coaching calls and I'm going to turn your cameras on. You're going to actually get to join me. So this is what I want you to do. Number 1, I want you to think of, and you could use the Socially Savvy Agent, or you can use your own sheet of paper. I literally, when I have an idea, I write down the idea and you can see that one's completed. This one's completed. Whoop. And then I'll randomly, this one is called You Must Spend Money to Make Money, but I haven't done anything with it yet. And then in the episode, I was like, okay, there's a cost to doing everything. So I got to build this out. So you'll see, and here, I'll do this. You'll see that I haven't done anything yet, but you'll also see that I have this one where I'm ready to quit my job. And that won't be the title, but sometimes I need to get out what I'm thinking. And then when I need to write down what I really want to talk about or my story, I probably should update this and say, tell me a story, because it's the story. It's the hook. It's the hook that keeps people coming back. So I want you to you can use the Socially Savvy Agent, or you can go watch the replay because I tell you what to do. I always want you to help me. And then, I got to share my screen again. You can use this tool if you want. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick a neighborhood. So Hinsdale is truly high end. I don't care if it's Hinsdale. You know where the high end properties are. And when I say high end, I mean $1 million homes. But remember, there's luxury in every city. It's just the price point might be different. The next thing I want you to do, because you can do this in RPR, by the way, and I'll show you that. How about that? I'll come here and I'll put in off market. The next thing I'm going to do, because I want to tap into luxury, but they don't all know me, right? The next thing I'm going to do, and by the way, in the agent journey, I'm going to talk to you about brokered lists. I'm going to talk to you about brokered lists because some of you are like, well, Carrie, I want to target all attorneys, or I want to target all physicians. I'm going to interview someone to tell you how to do that. There's a cost to everything. And so I click distress deals, and let's just see if there's any list pendants in Hinsdale. I don't see any. Notice of default. Let's put them all in. Let's see what we got. So there's one. So your homework is, and I'm literally looking for a list pendant. So this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to turn off Hinsdale to see if I get anything in Oak Brook or Western Springs. So there's not much here. Let's go pull another area. Let's see. Somebody give me, let's see. Oh, you guys are probably telling me in the chat. Give me a neighborhood. Lake Forest. Yep, there we go. Lake Forest. Can't spell. So Lake Forest, let's see what we got. So there's 9 of something. Let's go see what the something is. I'm going to turn off these because these are probably owned by the bank. So look at this, my friend, James, that wants to go with Lake Forest. And by the way, just so everyone knows, I have access to the entire US with this. So now I've got 3. I've got 3 in Lake Forest, and maybe nobody knows me. So now you're going to start doing short videos, and you're going to use InfoSparks in my market, and you're going to talk about the stability of the market, and then you're going to talk about if you're someone that could be in a distressed situation, we need to have a conversation, and here's why. Because you may still be able to make money from your sale, but either way, you have options, and you can tell them those options. And I'm going to tell you those options. Number 1, you can walk away. Number 2, you can give the home back to the bank, deed in lieu of foreclosure. Number 3, you can sell your house as a pre-foreclosure, and it might not be a short sale because the market is still stable. And number 4, you might have to sell your house short of what you owe. But no matter what, let's have a conversation. It doesn't cost you anything. And you could even interview an attorney, right? You could interview an attorney and talk about pre-foreclosures, or you could talk about once you do sell your house, then you could have a whole series on distressed deals. Let me tell you this, you're going to get sellers and buyers watching. Sellers and buyers. And I'm telling you this, people, you don't have to be the expert. You just need that one question and let them answer it. So I'm seeing Lake in the Hills. I see Elgin. I see Lake in the Hills. Lake in the Hills. Maybe. Where it's not coming up. Why is it not coming up? Valerie, come on, Val, help me out. I got to figure that out. Give me what's next to Lake in the Hills. Oh, let's do the zip code like that. 605, 60156. There it is. Isn't that weird? So let me get rid of Lake Forest. So Lake in the Hills has 1. Listen, I just need 1. Then I see Elgin. Elgin is enormous. 9. But my point in all of this is if you're someone and you're like, I want to get into luxury, we're watching these TV shows, and because Mark and I we were having a really good debate. I'm like, sometimes the persona is everything, but listen, I'm convinced that if I tried to wear heels and show houses, I'm going to fall. So I'm coming in with flats. It is what it is. But I do understand that people do take us more seriously when we are dressed professionally. I said professionally. So you could tap into another market. Now, I put in Elgin, but I'm just going to go and test this. And because, let's go to Miami. Ooh, 373 list pendants. Man, right? Tell you. You guys watching that show? Yeah, now you know what show, right? It's on Netflix. 105. 105. So where are my Florida folks in the building? 105. I don't even know what this, I need to start looking at what this state looks like. Okay, there we go. What 105. So now, and I always like to tell you this. Let me teach you something. When you're the expert, truly be the expert. And when you're the expert, make sure that you say, as of today, using a tool called Remind or RPR, I want to let all of you know that as of today, we have about, and I don't know why this didn't come up. Like, I need a zip code. Give me a zip code, April. When Ebony and I were talking about this, we were like, George is like real finicky right now. Let me put in Buckhead. I think Buckhead came up. Isn't that crazy? Because I know Georgia's bigger than this. So look at that, 14. And let's just take this off and let's just look at all this area. 30. Let's go ahead and just zoom out a little bit. Like in my map view, 121. You're probably not driving all the way over here, but I think you get it. So here's the truth is Yeah, so I'm looking at the statement. So the idea is to send a letter and a video and a QR code for the video for the letter. Yes. So you could create a postcard in Canva, and you could say, did you know? And then you could say, I'm trying to think of, I have to think it through, but it could be, did you know that we are starting to see pre-foreclosures? Scan the QR code or go to, because D, I think that some people won't scan the QR code still. Then you put this bit.ly link in here, right? So you use your bit.ly link, and then you can track when people click. So you can see I had 16 of you click that. You can see I had 114, your first 22 real estate leads, right? I don't even know. What did I do with that? What was that? I almost want to go see. Creating so much content, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, this was a free download from last Friday. Like, there's absolutely no reason here. I'll throw that in the chat for those of you that aren't watching me. And those of you on Facebook, I'll throw it in there too if you want to download that free download. But yeah, you could create here, let's just do this. You could come over here to Canva. I'm going to cheat. You guys know I'm going to cheat. So here's where I say the market will shift. So I'm going to copy this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. And so I'm going to rename this, and I'll make it better, D, just for you in the keys to listing leads. We'll say pre-foreclosures are showing up. I'll make that up. So I can change this content. I could be just simple, and I could say, did you know we are starting to see pre-foreclosures? Did you know? And then you can say, I almost could leave it like that. Thinking there are many reasons to wait to sell your home. However, if you are thinking of selling, comma, now might be a great time because inventory remains low and the pre-foreclosures haven't, I'm making this up, hit our marketplace yet. And then I can leave that forbearance there, right? And then I could, here you go, D. I'm going to shrink that a little bit. And then, and of course, I would change this background. So let's go change it, right? Let's go find a house. Makita will yell at me if I use this blue house. So which house do I want? She's like, don't stop using that same blue house everybody else is using. So there we go. I can make this even more transparent. And by the way, I did use a pre-created layout. I did not make this up. And so here's a few things you could do. Now I'm going to make this up. So you could go to QR Code Monkey. You guys know Makita she'd be like texting me like, Carrie, I told y'all not to use that. So so we got QR Code Monkey, and then we're going to go here, and I'm literally making this up because I may or may not have a video, but I'm going to show you what I would do. So now I come to YouTube, and let's see, I almost, there's a video that I like, but now I got to go make a video for all of you. But I had a whole class that I did on dumpster dive for deals. Was this like part 1? Dumpsters dive. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to use this. This is going to be my example. So I'm going to copy the YouTube link right here. Now here's just an extra step. So if you're following along, write this down. Number 1, create a video. Number 2, when you have your link for your video, go over to bit.ly and make the link shorter. And I don't care. You don't really even have to customize it. The reason why we're doing this is because I don't think unless I upgrade, I can track the QR Code Monkey. And this right here was free. I don't know if there's an upgrade yet, but now I'm going to come over here to QR Code Monkey, paste that YouTube link that's now a bit.ly so I can track how many times it's scanned. And then now you can customize this if you want, but for the sake of time, I can now download my PNG. It's downloading. Don't get crazy and free sign up. Like, just let it load. It's loading. It's thinking. It's going to download. Please do not do anything. There it is. Then we go back to Canva and we go over here, and I am literally going to do a full Canva series, like Canva for the less tech savvy. You know, I want to say Canva for dummies, but people aren't dumb. They're just not as tech savvy. So I'm gonna do a old school basic from a free version and a paid version. I'm gonna really make this simple. So in the meantime, over here where you have uploads, I'm gonna upload what I just downloaded. There it is. And then I'm going to bring this over and wait for it. Oh, we're gonna go to elements. Oh. Which one do I want? I can't. Oh, you know what we could have done? We could have put the YouTube image in here. We could. You're gonna go get the YouTube logo, and I do believe. Now I have to give you my disclaimer. When you can use other companies' logos with their permission, and we know that YouTube lets us. We know it's in Canva, but you can't go Googling stock photos. That is a violation. So I'm going to go put in YouTube, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to make it work. Why not, right? So number one, create a video. I'm going to actually use the big one. Number two, once you create your video, you're going to grab the link. Once you grab the link, you're going to shorten it with Bitly, right? Then we're going to take that link, throw it into QR code monkey. We're going to add a logo. Here we go. Oh, it's already here. Oh, they made it so much easier. We're going to go with that. Upload. Oh, I don't need to upload. It's already there. So we just added the YouTube logo. Then we're going to create the QR code, right? Because we got to create it. Man, we're smart. Download. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. Yeah, D, you know, I might even have the blue house on my website, but I didn't build it. I think I got it off. So now I'm going to get rid of this QR code. We're going to upload our new QR code. Oh, you could do that for Instagram. Like you could do that for everything. There's the new QR code. Click it, shrink it. And, you know, could I give them another call to action? Know your demographics. In my neighborhood, I think the age ranges could be anywhere from 30 to like 75 or more. Because, you know, we see our neighbors, they're walking, so we can kind of gauge. So you need to know if you need to say something. So you might put another, you know, call to action here that says scan to watch the video. You could take it a step further. And you could take that same code and, you know, put it here. And then still tell them, like, so you got to know who you need to tell. Oh, we're getting close to my time. And I said I wouldn't take you past an hour. Scan to watch a video on pre-foreclosures. There we go. Shrink this puppy down. Here, I'm just going to really. So do you like this? How was that? Natalia is doing this tonight. Like, I mean, there's absolutely no reason why you can't generate a lead. And I created this, and I really do need to go back and create a video and go do my research, but there's absolutely no reason why you cannot generate leads. So as promised, I don't like to go past, I don't like to train past the hour because here's what I know is I know that we can overwhelm you. We can give you so much information and then you won't go take action. So I do want you to go take action. You can always watch the replay. And if you scroll towards the end, you'll get to see what I just did. I would love for you to consider joining the, here we go. Let me just see if it'll let me present. Will it let me? Absolutely. The Agent Journey, which officially launches on January 1st. I will tell you, I want to do videos in the Facebook group, but I'm methodical. And so I won't go live there yet, but I am going to start training you on how to use the platform. So really quickly, while that's kind of up, I do want to show this to you. And because some of you have not, those of you that did join, some of you don't realize that you really did get access to a lot and you don't know it. So I just want to remind you that you have access to all of this. So you have access to the keys to listing leads, the course, Operation I've Got Houses for Sale, and then the membership group, the Agent Journey. So you should see all of this. And once you've created your account, your password works for all three. So if, and I'm going to say it again, if you joined and you don't see all of these, it is because when we sent the original email, you didn't join, but I can manually add you. My office staff, AKA me / my daughter, who I couldn't get to help me, it takes me 2 minutes. So I will automatically add you. So do two things for me. Either email me at info@smartgirlmedia.com or send me a DM on Instagram or something, and I'll fix it. So there you go. So I'm going to stop recording. So I have a clean recording. And then if you need to hop off, you can.